Welcome everybody to the It's a World Out There podcast once again, joined by your favorite hosts, Dallas and Carter and myself. But this time around, it's a little different. We got ourselves a guest, like we promised before. Our man, Cade Watkin. Round of applause.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yay. So, hola everyone. I'm a friend.
Friend. We've mentioned Cade before on the podcast. We talked about him a few times. We mentioned him when we talked about the volleyball game in what was the name of that one? The immortalized one?
Oh yeah.
I don't remember the name.
Nostalgia immortalized.
Yeah. We mentioned Cade before. He's the fourth of the friend group, the boys. It's been a long time coming for him to have him on the podcast, so we're glad to be able to finally achieve that long time goal right before Dallas departs back to Idaho.
We've literally been talking about it for months.
Yeah.
I think probably since episode 1 when it was first coming out back in the Flagstaff trip. I remember.
Back when it was conceived.
The frustration of getting this to happen
has been
put me to my boiling points so many times.
Feels
but
bad,
It's definitely
man.
been a long
We're
time
here.
coming.
We have made it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good episode. We just barely recorded. Normally, I'll say it's been a while since we've talked at you, but that's not true this time. We just recorded another episode a couple days ago, and it'll be probably another while after this one until there's another one.
Yeah.
But we don't really make the plans. We just follow whatever we can. So no expectations. So no one can be disappointed.
We just do what we do.
Yeah.
True.
Go with the flow is the name of the game.
Exactly.
All right. So, Carter, you want to talk about what we're doing for this episode? It's a special episode.
This is going to be very exciting. So, this was an idea that I had a while back because when we first thought of having Cade on, we're like, yeah, we can talk about we can just chill, like we can just talk and hang out and talk about college and whatnot. But then I was thinking about one of our camping trips because we were all in Boy Scouts, and we played this game around the campfire called Super Fight, and pretty much you get a character, like a random character with a special ability, and you pretty much just argue to your heart's content, like who would win in a fight.
Who would win in a fight? Yep.
Last man standing. So what we have for you today is a 4-man, 6-round Super Fight game with all manner of exciting matchups.
So
It's gonna be real fun, I think.
the characters can be anything and anyone, and the powers that those characters have can also be anything or anyone. So
They can be
yeah.
beneficial or detrimental, as you'll see.
So, for example, one person could be a T-Rex that can't see and has long arms instead of short arms, and the other person could be Godzilla, but he's wearing flip-flops and he has a top hat on or something like that.
Dang.
They're a lot more creative than what I just said,
Modification.
but just an example of how weird this could get.
So do we want to roll it into the first round?
Yeah, I say we run it.
So, should we just clarify? So, we're going to do 1v1s. So, the 6th round will be one person versus one person. We already have the characters all decided out. And then the other 2 people will be like the judges / moderators. So,
Yeah, so it'll be like a debate style, kind of. It's very loose debate style. So, yeah, like Kate said, there'll be 2 judges or moderators, and they'll each award. Are we going to do the point system?
Yeah.
Well, each judge will award a point to who they think they won the round, and then at the end of all 6 rounds, whoever has the most points wins. Pretty simple. Let's see if we can count to no more than 4.
I feel like I need to do this like a sports announcer. Just round 1.
in the left corner.
So in this first battle, we have Cade and Dallas.
Oh, man.
Oh man.
So
easy.
so for Dallas is Willy Wonka armed with a harpoon gun. That's wacky.
That's
exciting. And Cade is a dolphin on a jet ski.
Oh, yeah.
And where's the location, Carter?
Oh, yeah. So
Oh,
each one of these fights will take place in a very, very specific location.
Oh yeah.
So
Thank you for asking, Dallas. The
course.
location is on the slope of an erupting volcano.
Yeah, it's pretty intense.
Perfect dolphin habitat,
Kind of
Natural
metal if
habitat.
you ask me. I don't know.
Easy.
Okay.
Willy Wonka's breeding ground.
Oh yeah, and me and Tyler are the judges this round.
Yeah. Carter will take care of the time. So we're gonna let you guys, each contestant is gonna just kind of just be allowed to go at each other, but there's like a time limit. Like, so we're gonna give you guys 3.5 minutes, I think, or
Yeah,
3
just we
minutes
don't
or so.
overrun.
It'll
Just
be
so-
slightly more moderated than the presidential debates were.
Yeah.
Just barely.
I don't know. And if you guys feel like you want to keep going, we can give you both like a 30-second final remarks.
Okay.
Mhm.
Last word in.
I feel like I can do this in 3:30.
Okay. Well,
You can take him
whoa.
down
Sorry
at 3:30.
about that.
it's getting a little. It's
Ooh,
getting
the
real
trash talk.
spicy.
You want to catch these hands, bro?
Yeah.
Meet me outside.
Okay, ready? Countdown.
3, 2, 1, go at it.
Okay, so first of all, I would just like to say that he is a dolphin, and I have a harpoon gun. So
Well, harpoon guns are used to fight whales, not dolphins. Dolphins are probably too fast to be hit by harpoon guns, especially as this guy's on a jet ski. So
Yeah, but it's also an erupting volcano, and you are a animal that needs to be in the ocean. So
I mean, dolphins do breathe air, though. They come up for surface. They got the blowhole, so they're not. He's not completely screwed.
okay. I think my plan would be I'd have all the Oompa Loompas come down and just block the path and slow you down, and then I can just take you out with my harpoon gun.
Who's to say the Oompa Loompas are going to do anything? Because, I mean, the Oompa Loompas, while they were cool and the highlight of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, they only did stuff when the kids were, like, rowdy and stupid, They more came when the dumb kids, when Augustus Gloop freaking falls in the chocolate river and the nutty bad nut girl gets thrown by the squirrels.
Yeah,
I mean,
but then they just danced on them.
Yeah, they just Fortnite default danced on top of their body.
Oh my gosh.
So I don't know how much the Oompa Loompas are going to help, but...
Well, we've all seen how crazy on how many of them they are, how numerous. So if they, even if they could be useless, which I don't think they are because they're, kind of crazy, they could just outnumber you.
You're really going to rely on, like, slave labor, bro? That's kind of cringe, not going to lie.
Child labor.
But I say the dolphin, they're actually pretty good predators. I was may or may not have been doing research beforehand,
gosh.
but
Oh, no.
quiet. But yeah, they're fast and they're extremely intelligent. They're one of the closest mammals as far as intelligence wise to humans. Like there have been dolphins that once they found out they were getting rewards for bringing in trash, they started breaking up the trash into smaller pieces and yes, I brought in more trash. So
I'm not even
Smarter
that
than me.
smart.
Yeah.
yeah,
But you know who's smarter than that? Willy Wonka.
Willy Wonka's a fraud. He was played by Johnny Depp, and Johnny Depp got canceled. So that's all.
Okay, we don't want to go there.
But I think the dolphin will be able to tactfully evade both, on the jet ski and otherwise. But
I don't know how well the jet ski would do on a volcano that is currently erupting.
well, jet skis are used for traversing in liquid, and lava is a liquid. So who's to say?
I don't think that's okay.
I mean, it's liquid. I don't know. I think I have a pretty good shot. Willy Wonka. I mean, if you looked at Willy Wonka, you could deck him into you could beat him easily in a fight. He's not to be mean to say punchable, but I mean
He's about to throw
Frail.
look at his face, bro. Yeah,
talking about Captain Jack Sparrow right now.
yeah. Or if it was Captain Jack Sparrow, that'd be a different story. That man's a freaking pirate. But Willy Wonka's, yeah.
Yeah,
Got them
he may look
wacky
soft
glasses.
on the surface, but he is okay with kids being turned into big balloons and freaking falling down with the squirrels. So, it's
But has
kinda
Willy
crazy.
Wonka ever killed anyone? I don't
Probably.
think so. yeah. Maybe with OSHA violations, but and incompetence. But I don't think Willy Wonka has it in him.
I think he does. I rest my case.
Okay,
I'm resting my-
time. Any last closing remarks? Are you ready for us to analyze?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, I want to start off by saying I'm not going to give my points yet. I need to just take that all in. But I will say, Cade's comment about the dolphin breathing air and being a mammal, that's exactly what I was thinking at that moment.
Yep.
And I was just
Yeah.
whoa, that's fantastic.
Okay, so before we started this round, I had a feeling that just on paper, there's no shot that Cade wins this. Dolphin on a jet ski, you're kidding me right now. On a slope of an erupting volcano, there's no shot in the world. But my mind may have changed throughout the course of the round. And as I thought about it more, and I listened to some of Cade's, attacks against our man Dallas, I don't know.
And Johnny Depp.
And Johnny Depp, that hurt me a little bit to my core, but I gotta give credit where credit is earned. And I have to think a little bit about where my point is gonna go.
Same here. Like, as a blanket, just viewing, I would say no shot the Dolphins winning.
Yeah, it's curtains.
But Cade's rebuttals, they have me thinking, could a Dolphin beat Willy Wonka?
I'm thinking about what the repercussions of us giving him 2 points off the start are, and how much that means he's so likely to just win the whole thing. Our point system might be flawed, but I think at the end of the day, Willy Wonka probably just straight tripping the whole time. I don't think that man can aim a harpoon gun to save his life. I think Kay was right that you could just deck this man and he's done. And Dolphin's got a big old tail and he's on a jet ski. It's crazy. I think I'm giving my point to the Dolphin on a jet ski for this round.
If I could do half points, I would. Cause
but you can't.
Okay, Willy Wonka, that man is like battle hardened. He had to wear that face mask, that headset, and his parents pretty much abused him.
Dude,
But
I
we don't
forgot
talk
about
about it.
that.
Yeah.
He has braces and
It's been
I feel
exceptionally long since I've
I
seen
very think Dallas missed some very key points, such as using the candy against the dolphin. You could roll that dolphin as a blueberry down that mountain.
Bro, that's animal cruelty right there.
Yeah, but then this dolphin is on a jet ski, so I don't want to hear it.
It's fair.
So I believe I also have to give this round to Cade.
Ooh, man.
It would be split, but I can't split. And that would make the point system too confusing.
It might be smart to rework the point system to do something like, okay, who do you think would actually win versus who do you think argued better? But
Yeah, because can a dolphin even control a jet ski? No.
But that's not the point of the
Okay.
game.
Yeah.
So we could give our judge points and then 1 point to who would literally win, just based on luck of our choices.
Yeah, because
Okay.
all of the things were randomly generated before we started.
But then that leaves room for someone to get 4 points.
No, it's just one between the two judges.
Okay.
so 3 points per round.
So
Okay.
right now, if we're doing that, I think we should do that. I think that's
yeah.
good.
Okay, so Dallas comes out of round 1 with 1 point. Cade comes out with 2 points.
Very solid round, guys.
Pity point.
Clapping. And
I can't clap. I am holding a microphone. It's impossible.
Cade, I want to hear your best announcer voice for round 2.
All right. Let's see. Sorry, I gotta pull up my notes here. All right. Round 2. Tyler versus Carter. For Tyler's character, we have E.T. armed with a shotgun. And Carter is a crazy cat lady that just drank 5 energy drinks. And the location is an old rope bridge over lava.
What?
Let's
The
begin.
theme of lava. Okay, just right off the beginning, I'm just going to say it right now. All your cats gone, obliterated into nothing. I've got the spread shot on my shotgun. It's blown you to pieces. Your cats are gone. They're worth nothing to me.
And let me rebuke that by saying I'm going to use those cats as cannon fodder. They're getting out of the way so I can just jump through their corpses
As a cat,
and nail
dude,
you.
cat ladies are old and frail.
Yeah, but
You will
don't-
also
okay.
get hit by the. I could sneeze. I don't even need the shotgun. I could sneeze on you and you'd cripple
Okay.
yourself.
So I just looked it up. One energy drink has 74 milligrams of caffeine. You could transcend life with 370 milligrams of
Okay,
caffeine.
let's talk about the caffeine for a second.
Let me just
300
phase through the bullet. Stroll around the bullets and just nail you in the face, and you wouldn't even see
Let's
it
just say
coming.
the average cat lady is about 65 years old. She intakes about 375 milligrams of caffeine. She will die immediately. Her heart cannot withstand such high amounts of caffeine. The safe amount for a healthy, young person is 400 a day, and that's even touching the surface of danger right there. So I think if you are drinking 5 energy drinks, that's crazy. And just talk about if those 5 energy drinks are all bangs.
Jeez.
That's 1,500
Okay,
milligrams of
I think-
caffeine.
So this is based on last person standing. I see these 5 energy drinks as the last stand. This is her last reserve of power. She is going Super
will
Saiyan
die.
before she's dropping dead right after she kills.
Dude, she has to. Okay, in the time that she had drank the 5 energy drinks, I am just blasting away all of your cats and just absolutely destroying them. And then while you're over there drinking your energy drinks, here I come, little man ET, pop a cap right in you. It's over. Just blast you away. It's too late for you.
We need to talk about ET's inability to hold a gun.
Okay, we don't have to talk about it.
As a person, I know you haven't seen ET because we talked about this earlier.
I have not seen the movie, so I'm just.
This
I know
man
what he
gets
looks like.
carried around the entire movie. That man has not taken a step. Like, if I run behind you, there's no way he's going to be able to turn. He might, like, fall over and have to, like, do a random back shot, but there's no way that you're going to be able to make, like, a 90-degree
he's a gamer.
What?
He's from space, right? He's an alien? Isn't
Yes.
ET an alien?
I believe so.
Yeah, but
Okay.
he's a baby alien.
Okay, then I'll just get on my little alien thing and call some big boy aliens to come help me out, and then they'll carry me around.
He was trying to phone home.
He was trying to phone home. I haven't seen the movie in like forever, so I don't really remember.
Full disclosure, I've never seen ET either.
Frick.
Okay.
I just know he has a glowing finger, okay? And that's not going to help you.
Well, maybe it will.
But
Who knows? No one knows.
so to end my argument, Crazy Cat Lady, 340 milligrams of caffeine.
Okay.
This is her last stand. She's phasing through your bullets. She's getting there quick. She's finishing it quick. This is a fight that's going to last under 15 seconds because she's dying after 15 seconds.
No, quicker than that. Listen, I'm just gonna say, this old woman, her cats are gone. I've blasted them to pieces. She's having heart palpitations, lying on the ground. She's passing away faster than I can even cock my shotgun back again, rack another one in there, and she's already dead before I try and pop a cap right in her. It's over. It's curtains. It's been curtains since the beginning.
I guess we'll leave it up to the judges to decide.
This is tough. I honestly went back and forth the entire time you guys were speaking.
I feel.
I was like on someone, and I was like, oh yeah, they definitely got it. And the other person would say something like, well, maybe I'll reconsider.
I think the 1 point that we both award, I think that's easier to decide. I think ET with the shoddy, like in practicality, would win.
Yeah, I can agree
But-
with that. Yeah.
So
Yeah, me
I think we will
think
award
shotgun.
I'm
1
fighting
point.
an uphill battle.
Yeah.
Kind
So-
of like Cade was, honestly. Like, he
feels
won,
bad.
but, like, still.
But at what
uphill.
costs? No. So the 1 point will definitely go to Tyler.
Yeah.
With ET with the shotgun, I think would win. But argumentative wise, and what I thought, I well, be interested to hear what you say. But I think Carter had better points and more creative stuff. Like, it sucks to be Tyler, 'cause especially if you haven't freaking seen ET. But I thought there was a couple points you could have made about using glowing finger to distract cats, or I mean, ET
True,
could.
that's
Dang, that is a good point.
Yeah, I literally had no idea about the glowing finger until Carter mentioned it.
Yeah.
And I know ET, like at the very end, I haven't seen the movie, but I know that she's like flying with the bicycle. You
Yeah.
could use that somehow. I don't know, but it does. I mean, he hasn't seen the movie, so I don't fault him too much. But
All right, before you award your point, I'll give my intake as well. We'll talk about that. So I do agree. There was I think Carter argued better and had more creative points. I think he was very valid in the ET probably could not hold a shotgun, as in the movie he's very weak and small.
I like these words that I'm hearing right
I
now.
don't like them as much.
But I do think it was also true that if he could hold a shotgun, blasting through the cats would be very easy, and old woman is dead very quickly.
I did like the whole ET just has to cough on the old lady.
The old lady coughs on herself and she's dead.
Yeah, old lady dies of corona.
So Tyler has the practicality point. Who are you guys awarding the other points to?
So I think I award my point to Carter.
Okay.
I will have to agree, but it's by a slim margin. That was
It is, yeah. It was really close.
I wish I had seen the movie. I think I could have.
That would have
Yeah,
helped a
that
lot.
would've-
Yeah.
Handshake virtually.
Virtual.
It happened. Okay. Now we move on to round 3. So, Dallas, give me your best sportscaster voice right now.
Sports voice.
Yes, for sure.
All right, let's see here. Round 3. We have Cade versus Tyler. Cade is playing Obama.
You didn't even get through the name.
And can clone himself, but each clone is half as smart as the rest. Tyler is playing a senior citizen, but they are inside a giant hamster ball. And their location is on a Mars colony. Fight.
Wasn't it a bowling team? Whatever.
That's a
Did it
different
get
one.
That's
changed?
no, that's one of the future ones.
It's a different
Okay. Spoiler alert.
one. Okay. So let's just talk about life for a second. The saying, with age comes wisdom.
Cade was right about that clarification. On the Discord, it does say senior citizen. It's a senior citizen bowling team, but they're inside of a giant hamster ball.
Oh,
So-
yes. Yeah.
With many people being older comes many people being wiser. So
And
I have,
frailer and weaker.
okay, but they're protected by a giant hamster ball. And who's to
Yes.
say that the hamster ball isn't just perhaps made out of titanium? Because it just might be.
Just given by the fact that most hamster balls aren't made out of titanium.
Hey, I could make a hamster ball out of titanium.
Never
But
seen G-Force?
yeah, come on.
G-Force was the worst movie. Don't ask me.
What? Okay.
That's a
I
valid
hated that
statement.
movie.
Okay, I won't counter that. Concede that point. But that's not part of the debate here. So I am old and wise and protected by my hamster ball with my bowling team, and you are just a bunch of Obamas, each one being just exponentially dumb as you create more and more. And I'm just barreling through all of them because they're just standing still because they're so dumb they don't know how to attack a hamster ball. And so I just am barreling through all of these C's of Obamas and just getting to the one Obama, that I eventually roll over because what's Obama gonna do really? He's just standing
He's
there.
gonna enlist the help of his fellow Americans.
Nope. My fellow nope.
What's
He-
Obama's signature catchphase? My fellow Americans.
He's not the president anymore. He doesn't have any more fellow Americans.
That's,
You just automatically moved to Russia.
he
Yeah, he's gone. He's
He still
gone.
has the support. I know so many people who love Obama and his work, and he still has the support of everyone. But with just the cloning ability, dude, he could clone himself so many freaking times and go so far away and create so many clones. The freaking senior citizens wouldn't be they would die and they would have a heart attack. They would wither away and die with how much energy it would take to barrel through the sheer sea of Obamas I'm gonna create. The many
So-
number of Obamas doesn't matter if they're freaking stupid.
So your strategy is just to camp. You're just gonna camp out the old people in the hamster
If
ball.
it comes down to it.
Then I can just
yes.
camp in my hamster ball.
Oh no, it's not like hamster balls can be opened from the outside.
So
Not
instead
that-
of
not my
winning, you're
titanium
coming to
one.
just like a peaceful standing where you're just
Yeah, I'll just
we're just
roll
not gonna
away.
attack each other.
I can roll faster than a dumb Obama can run. He probably doesn't even know how to
As a
run.
senior citizen, dude. Okay, Prime Obama. That's what I'm calling him. The original OG Obama, bro.
He's camping behind his thousands of brain dead Obamas that are standing around looking at the floor.
He can cut through the crowd and not to use old round tactics, but bro, open up that hamster ball. give the senior
Can you
team
mute this?
Corona. They're gonna die, bro.
They're a bowling team. They're hardened. They are not susceptible to the coronavirus.
That
They-
is fake news.
They have built up their immune system at this sketchy bowling alleys for the past 50 years. They're impervious to all forms of disease and poison. They cannot be taken out by such feeble means as disease.
Press X to doubt.
That's impossible.
I think.
In reality, if you're one genius Obama is trying to cut through the sea of dumb Obamas that are just standing around, then I can just see him coming a mile away. And
How
just
would you
see-
know who's Prime Obama?
Because he's the only one that's doing anything besides looking at the floor. Because all the other ones are too dumb to do anything
There'll be a
else.
couple of smart Obamas in there. I mean, half a smart Obama is still gonna be dumb, but he's gonna be cognizant enough to, throw a couple swings.
At some of the other dumb Obamas standing next to him, maybe. But I'll just see you coming because you're the only one that's going to do anything worth paying attention to. And then I'll just roll up and crush you to pieces with my... And let's just talk about how much
Okay.
weight is in that hamster ball.
Do we want to call time and do the 30-second last word?
Yeah, I'll let Kate go first.
I'll
Wow,
give you
okay.
30 seconds to a minute.
Coward move, letting me go first.
I'll
But
go first.
real quick, something
Run
I
it.
didn't bring up: Secret Service. Secret Service serves people even if they are no longer president in
That is
order
true.
to protect them. Secret Service would have my back. They would absolutely demolish the hamster ball. But yeah, the clone of Obama's, there's nothing the seniors could do. They're weak. They're old. Yes, they're on a bowling team, but bowling team that works out your arm, and that's about it. They have no stamina. I could cough on them with coronavirus and die. I'd have Obama and the Secret Service on my side. No chance. No chance.
Even
Good
if
argument.
you approach my massive impervious hamster ball full of my team of 8 senior citizens, even if you breach the top seal, they have bowling balls in their hands, and just as you said, their arms are they got some juicy biceps. They can swing that bowling ball. They can swing a mean bowling ball. So as soon as that hatch pops open, boom, you're dead. Your head's taken off by 700 bowling balls. It's over. Even if you get in, it's done. You're cooked. It's too late.
Okay.
I rest my case.
Okay. I've listened. Oh, man, that one was interesting.
Yeah.
We've heard very good arguments from both
Can I
sides.
just say, I felt like I was climbing out of a crater on that one.
Yeah.
Okay, I will say though, like I don't feel like I can easily choose like who would win practically.
Yeah.
And there's one point that I think would have totally swayed my vote if Kate had said,
Rip.
with the bowling balls inside of the hamster balls and them being old themselves, literally it's just gonna become a blender and they're just gonna fall on
I
themselves
don't need that
and
image.
just like crumble in.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
gross.
There's no way they're surviving in their own hamster ball. But then again, I don't know how Obama can get to them
Hmm.
quickly and efficiently.
Well, I feel like if they're a bowling team, they're capable of holding their own bowling balls, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like because at some point are the Obamas so stupid they can't even like stand? Like they're just like literally falling over because they're so stupid.
I mean, they get half as smart as Obama.
yeah, that's insane.
the
I
That's
feel
a
next
like
lot
one
of
is-
exponential
Yeah, and then
decay.
the next
yeah,
one
like
is
at a
a
certain
quarter of
point,
as
I
smart.
feel like you could just barrel through the Obamas because they're just a sea that you're just riding over.
even if they're lying down, you just clone more of them. Anything that you lack, you just make up in sheer number.
Then you're just camping again.
yeah.
A win is a win, though.
Yeah. So I think because we have to discuss the practicality point.
Yeah.
I feel like it would go to Obama because I did like what Kay talked about with the Secret Service.
That was. Yeah. If only the Secret Service cloned with the Obamas.
Oh, it's curtain. Easy. Everyone loses.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll give it to him. And then as for the judge point, I think my point has to. This one was really hard for me because it was pretty equal just because these two, like, subjects, these two, like, groups of people they just clink with each other. Like, I don't know. They just don't fit and it's hard to judge. I think I'll have to give it to Tyler just because they're good at bowling and that giant hamster ball is just going to act as a bowling ball and just knock all them Obamas over.
And I have to agree with you, Carter. My point also goes to Tyler, just because I liked what you talked about, just being able to like roll over them, and they have the bowling balls as defense. And at a certain point, I feel like the bombs would just be literally useless. So as long as they can get past like the 4 capable Obama clones, then they're good. So
Fake news.
I want a refund.
Okay, so after round 3, the standings are
Halfway through.
Tyler with 3 points, Cade with 3 points, Dallas with 1 point, and Carter with 2 points.
Ooh, everyone's got points on the board.
Okay, Tyler,
Round 4, huh?
let me hear your sportscast voice.
Round 4. In the left corner, we have Dallas. And in the right corner, Carter. Our man Dallas, he is a mermaid. That is, has rabies. And Carter is conjoined twins that can shoot acid out of their ears. And they're fighting at a funeral service.
I would like to start. So, obviously, shooting acid out of their ears, they're not going to have a fun time looking the way that they want to. 'Cause if they're looking straight at their enemy, in which this case is a rabid mermaid. Like, their ears are facing each other and then out. So they're going to acid themselves because they're a conjoined twin. So they're either going to be looking at each other or looking away from each other and shooting acid like that. And either way, if they're facing straight, they're not looking at their opponent. So after saying that, I feel like these, similarly to the crazy cat lady, they're trying to take out their opponent as fast as they can before they take themselves out. Because these boys are, like, they're eventually just going to acid themselves. Someone's going to, like, make a dumb turn and just acid the twin. So, for that reason, I say that is unfortunate for them. But I also feel like there's power in that sense of last stand. Like, we're going down, we're going to take you with me. And I also feel like since they are conjoined twins, they have four ears instead of 2. So I feel like their defense will be off the top. If they're spinning in a circle, they're shooting acid out their ears in 4 different directions. They're kind of chilling. Like, ain't no rabid mermaid getting in there.
All right, let me cut you off right there, Carter. So the main thing I want to say is easier said than done. If both twins are both looking at the mermaid trying to take her out, they're slowly going to shoot themselves, which I feel like is going to happen pretty quickly. And also the mermaid is rabid and basically delusional, so she's going to be coming at you very quickly and basically knock you off your feet because of how she has rabies. She wants to kill you.
I have a counter argument. Because she is rabid, I feel like she is not able to make rational decisions. Therefore, she will not be comprehending that, oh shoot, I need to get out of the way of these ears. That she's just going to be going in as quick as she can. And I feel like that leaves room for mistakes for her to get blasted with acid.
Oh yeah, she don't care about the acid. She's going straight for you.
Doesn't matter if she dies. She's going to try.
She's going to take you down first, and then she'll die of the acid.
I'm just trying to think of any more. At a funeral.
Yeah, so basically what's going to happen, she has rabies, so she's like probably just going to go like pick someone up and just like start throwing people at you.
The dead people?
I feel like the mermaid's going to like bite someone. They're just going to get zombified. But I fall back on the defense mechanism. They just spin in circles. They have an acid waterfall covering them on all angles. And I don't think the mermaid's going to get anywhere near that. And I feel like at the end of this fight, that mermaid is just going to be fish bones.
All right, counter argument. They're at a funeral, right? So obviously, maybe there's a service going on, so there's people there. And typically, mermaids are very attractive, so maybe she can get a few people to fight for her.
Can we go back to that? This mermaid is rabid and probably foaming at the mouth.
But if they also see people trying to kill her with acid in their ears, who knows who they'll try and take down. My guess is to help the female and take you down.
Personally, taking myself out of the argument entirely, if I see either one of these things, if anyone is a conjoined twin, I'm running away from them no matter what.
Whoa. Wow. All right, I'm going to have to call some time right there.
Yeah.
Do you
a
think you
technical
want
foul.
another 30 seconds? No?
I've said what I needed to. Unless he says something wild.
All right.
All I have is that the mermaid may be rabid, but she's crazy not thinking straight and wants nothing more than to take you down. And she has a long fish tail, so she could just knock you out really quickly.
Okay. Counter argument. If you bite me, imagine rabid conjoined twins.
No.
They can shoot acid out of their
You're dead
ears.
before that spreads to you.
Okay, time. I'm calling time. Okay, I just want to first say that was a roller coaster of emotions for me.
I myself was confused and I was arguing.
Carter started out hurting himself.
Yeah.
I do like a classy concession of a point, though, in a debate. I do like it when someone's like, okay, I understand that there's flaws with my argument, and I'm in a little bit of a hole here, and I'll understand that and say that. And I liked what Carter did. Kind of a bold strategy, just coming out and say it without Dallas doing anything about it or acknowledging it in any way. But I thought it was a classy move to get that out of the way. And yeah, that was just like the main thing that I took away from the beginning.
Although to be fair, we didn't specify where they can be conjoined. People that are conjoined at the head do exist. So
That is true.
Frick, that's a good point.
I didn't think about that either until
Yeah,
just now.
when I think of conjoined twins, my thought
At
was
the
just
hip.
like
At the
single
hip.
body with the two heads.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I mean
That was a flaw in my argument. I
that
can
was
see
never
that.
explored by either one of the contestants. So a lot
I'll
is
take
left
like
to be
6
wanted.
arms.
I did not bring it up because then that would help him.
Yeah, well, it could depending on
Potentially.
Where they're
Well, if
conjoined
he
at.
has conjoined, because then the acid doesn't hit each other.
Maybe.
But then you
And
just have
it's-
2
yeah.
ears.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think it was also worth talking about what kind of acid is shooting out of the ears. Is
I
it
thought
liquid
about
or
that
gas?
as well.
Because if it's gas, then Carter's cooked. He's just gonna suffocate himself
Yeah.
easily.
Facts.
Yeah.
But neither of you talked about it, so
Yeah.
no points deducted there.
I feel like my point saying it was like a waterfall alluded that it was liquid acid.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I did notice that too.
Well, and acid varies in potency as well. You can get
that
like
is also
hydrofluoric
true.
acid, which freaking like melts skin, or you could get vinegar, which is also an acid, which doesn't do that.
anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Yeah.
True.
I liked, but also was confused by when you both started talking about the people at a funeral service being attracted to your your characters.
You know, it was a Hail Mary.
I noticed that something was going on, and you both were just reaching for straws, and I was like, "We're talking about attractiveness now," and I'm confused and upset, and I don't know how to feel, and I have no idea what's going on anymore. But I think let's just talk about the realistic point here. Who do you think realistically wins here, Cade?
That's a freaking tough choice.
That's
dude.
Okay.
because here, hold on. At the beginning,
I
before
know,
it started,
I
I
keep
thought it
bringing
was
this
easy.
up
I thought,
afterwards.
A mermaid
super
on
easy.
land?
Mermaid wins.
Where's
Well-
she going? She's not going anywhere.
don't-
Hey,
hey, don't-
that's too late now.
Don't go back.
Yeah.
Don't go back. Me and Cade gotta figure this out right now. I thought at the beginning that easy clap, mermaid wins. Like the
Really?
conjoined twins aren't gonna get anything done. They're just gonna be hitting each other with poison in the head. I thought that was just gonna make it over and done. But now I'm not so sure who realistically wins.
I'm not sure either, cause like my instinct says twins because I think, well,
The acid is too strong.
oh yeah, the acid is strong, and like freaking a mermaid, how you going to attack someone when you flop it on the like
Yeah, that is true.
fish tail?
Magic
May
Mike
I
looking-
say this though? Because when it's pouring out of the ears, what is it closest to? Them, their face. They're literally spraying themselves in acid.
Not if
So
they're
is that-
conjoined at the head.
Well, I mean, but still, it's still right next to them though.
Yeah. Okay. I
didn't
do
say how
think
hard-
Coming out
it
of
could
their
be like
ears,
a-
They probably have an immunity of some kind.
Or
It's
it
coming
could be
out
like a
of their
freaking
mouth.
fire hose, freaking.
Yeah.
So, I
think realistically the twins do win
think the twins would win.
because the mermaid's not on land. Is at a funeral on land.
It's severely
She is
handicapped.
Unless it's,
rabid, though,
unless
and
it's an
crawling very
underwater
quickly.
funeral.
Yes. So I think practicality-wise, I think Carter gets the point. Then.
I think
Yeah, we
Carter
agree?
gets the practicality point.
Okay.
But do you know who you think wins?
I have who I want to give my point to made up. My mind made up.
Okay.
This is
But
exciting.
I don't want to
Yeah.
influence
Me
you,
and,
so
me
I'll let
and
you
I-
come
Dallas
to your
just keep
consensus
looking at each other
first.
and we're just like,
Just
Yeah.
give a little more synopsis of what you thought was important. I gotta think for a second.
Okay. Here's my thought process. So, I think, yeah, while we already got the practicality part out of the way, I think that Dallas had good points, and I think Carter shot himself in the foot more than he needed to, and didn't bring up key points such as mermaid on land. That wasn't brought up till completely
Yeah.
afterward.
yeah.
Conjoined twins possibly being conjoined at the head, and I forgot there was something else. Oh yeah, also rabies makes you afraid of water, but like that's not something that's commonly known. So
No, I just learned
I didn't
this.
know
yeah,
Yeah.
well,
They're also not in water.
yeah, but yeah. So even if you could get, nonetheless,
Unlucky
I think
mermaid.
from a pure
Yeah.
argument standpoint, my point goes to Dallas. But
Okay, so point to Dallas. I think I am going to see. It's so hard because I felt like Carter was more creative in his what he was saying. I felt like from Dallas it was just like all the things that I thought of, like just right off the bat, like, oh, it's easy, like, I'm a rabbit, I'm just gonna go after you, which makes sense, and I thought that was good. But I thought Carter was more creative in what he was saying and where he was going with his argument. But I think at the end of the day, I think I do have to give it to Dallas, just because I feel like Carter just missed too much. There's a lot to be desired at the end, and I thought, yeah, my point goes to Dallas.
Although I was gonna say, if you are leaning towards Carter, like we don't have to award points for the same reasons. Like I can award the point to Dallas because Carter missed stuff, but you can award it to him for being, you had more creative points that I didn't think of. So that's something to consider.
Yeah. And I thought about it too.
In retrospect, probably could have had like more like pillars of like points to like totally base it off of, but it is what it is, and we're doing it.
Yeah.
So that's the end of. That was a long round.
So
Yeah,
2
we need
points
to
to
20 minutes.
Dallas, 3 points to
2
2 points to Dallas. Yeah, one to
Everyone has
Carter.
3 points right now.
Nice.
Yeah,
Interesting.
so it's coming down to the last 2 rounds.
What are we
So
on?
wait,
Are we
so
on
the last
round
round
five?
percentage.
Okay, yeah,
Gotcha.
and these
I
are
know.
2. Okay, yeah. So it's
Alright,
all
Carter.
tied up, and everyone
no,
still has
Dallas.
1 round left.
Dallas, hit it.
All right. Round 5. In one corner, we have Carter, who is a kindergarten class armed each with Gatling guns.
Woo!
In the other corner, we have Cade, who has sandy cheeks, and she has a samurai sword.
Let's
Fight.
go.
If you're on the YouTube video, you will see a picture of Sandy
Yeah,
Cheeks right now.
Yeah, this is the picture that I think of when I think of Sandy Cheeks. Is this picture on screen right now? And if not, I mean, if you're listening to this on Spotify, she's ripped as heck. Okay, like buff. It was from like the karate episode that they did. Anyway, and for samurai sword, I mean, I was thinking of Lamau Sephiroth sword because that's recently.
Let's
but,
just say Sandy Cheeks is the squirrel character from SpongeBob.
yeah, and she if you didn't know, yeah. So, and she's ripped. She's from Texas. All right, they're hardened in Texas, but. Yeah, some points I'd like to bring up right off the bat. So kindergartners each armed with Gatling guns. Okay.
Oh, wait. Before we continue, the location is the high school girls' bathroom.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Had to
It's a
clarify.
sloppy round.
Of course, yes. How could we forget?
Where else would they fight?
Yeah,
In a
obviously.
parking
boys'
lot?
bathroom.
No.
Yeah, that just logically follows. Anyway, kindergartners armed with Gatling guns. Okay, Gatling guns are huge, like massive. And kindergartners are what, 5? Okay, I think that first of all, they would have a massive difficulty even operating the Gatling guns, purely from they weigh a lot perspective. And even if not, they're stupid. They're do you know how dumb 5-year-olds are? Like they dumb. Okay, they would probably shoot like half of each other just in trying to figure out how it works. So that's something I think should be brought up. I'll let.
I'll jump in.
Yeah.
So when I read class, I think of, this is this one teacher with their 30 kids in class. But I'm like, wait, we can have more. I'm thinking of it like a kindergarten class, a class of 2021. So there's going to be like 300 of these guys.
Jeez.
And
So many.
they're in a high school girls' bathroom. If you've been in a high school girls' bathroom, which obviously everyone
I was
has.
gonna say, have you? Wait a minute.
Everyone has. But I will say, I don't want to shoot myself in the foot again, but I kind of have to. There's just some things that you just have to say. Like, there's going to be 300 kids stuffed in one bathroom with Sandy Cheeks. Like, at the end of the day, yes, we're going to have some casualties. A lot of casualties, in fact.
All of the casualties.
But at the end of the day, one of those casualties will, in fact, be Sandy Cheeks. Whether they take out 150 or they take out maybe 3 at the front. Sandy Cheeks is going down with them. Like, I feel like
That's where you're wrong.
this is just going to be a bullet, like a hailstorm. Like, there's no way, like, the bullets aren't going everywhere.
The bathroom is ruined.
Yeah.
There will be not
RIP
a
the
single
repair
piece of
costs.
tile unscathed by bullet after this.
But dude, Sandy Cheeks is fast.
Yeah.
Okay.
At the end of the day, what is Sandy Cheeks going to be able to do with a samurai sword, like, versus Gatling guns?
She's going to be able to literally cut them in half. You know the anime move of halfway unsheathing the sword and the person just... That's exactly what I imagine. Sandy Cheeks threw literal anchors, like, meters, like, far distances. She yeeted anchors. Do you know how heavy anchors are? They're designed specifically to be heavy to weigh down boats.
Yeeted, for those that aren't
At the
aware
end
of
of the
this
day,
word, it just means throwing
She is a
something long
squirrel,
distance.
though.
Yes, thank you.
Like, I don't see her
She's
fitting
fast
in
as
that
frick,
bathroom
boy.
any better than the kindergarten class.
I see her absolutely demolishing the kindergartners, just one after the other, just slicing
Okay.
through them like butter.
Okay, we're gonna call time right there.
Kade, you
each
can
have
go
your
first.
You each have your 30
Frick you.
seconds.
That happened
No,
last time.
Carter-
You can
Carter,
go
you go
first.
first this time.
Okay, fine.
30 seconds, go.
What I have to say is this kindergarten class, they're going to take a lot of casualties, but at the end of the day, they're going to take Sandy Cheeks down with at least one child living. They're going to be stuffed. They're going to be firing, but she's just going to get hit and die. She's a squirrel, so she's a buff squirrel. So at the end of the day, she's not going to, or she is going to beat them in hand-to-hand combat.
5 seconds.
But these are Gatling guns. Like, they're taking this squirrel down. 300 with Gatling guns, it
Time.
just makes sense.
All right, Cade. 30
Okay,
seconds.
in rebuttal, Sandy Cheeks is buff as frick, and she's a scientist. She's super smart. So, yeah.
I don't think that statement has been said in the history of the world.
I don't like the name Sandy Cheeks.
The writers knew what they were doing with that one. But, nonetheless, Sandy Cheeks, buff, fast, super smart, and could easily take out the 300 kindergartners, right? The Gatling guns would be almost impossible to operate as kindergartners because they're small and dumb. And I think that even if it was a whole class of kindergartners, so it's 300 people, I think they would not even stand a chance.
Time.
Okay.
Wow.
That's a lot to take in.
I hate like ending it and then you're like, that was a point that I could have used, like
Yep.
right when
Okay,
it's done.
I
Like,
will
just thought
say
of, like, 10
there was a
seconds.
lot to be desired from, I think, both of you, and there's a
Yeah.
lot that I thought about that both of you could have used that I would have said. But obviously, hindsight is 2020, as we've learned over this past year. But
Yeah.
Disgusting.
2020.
you want to just start off talking about the realistic point here, the reality of this situation.
Yeah.
I think, realistically, it has to go to Carter, right?
Yes. And here's the reason
Wrong.
why.
Bullets
It's
versus
because-
squirrel guy.
Okay, yeah. Sandy
At
is a
least one of
squirrel, right? And even if she's really buff, she's not bigger than any of the kindergartners. So they could literally just like stomp on her and then they win. There's so many of them, it's bound to happen.
Which wasn't a point discussed.
That's-
I
it
also
wasn't a
thought of
point,
it. It
yeah.
wasn't a point discussed by either of you guys.
Yeah.
But I
She's
do
too
think
fast.
too quick.
She's fast as frick, boy.
Um,
Bullets pretty much as big as her torso.
Yeah, I just think at least one of the
Points have to go.
several hundred kindergartners has to figure out how to fire at least one bullet, and I think one might just be enough to take down Sandy Cheeks if you hit her in the right spot.
Yeah.
And
They might,
I don't
you
think
know-
Sandy's gonna be able to cut through all those kids fast enough. Just realistically, this
Yeah.
isn't based off of the argument, but just realistically, I think the point has to go to Carter.
I would agree.
So 1 point to Carter for this round. But the arguments, I think, again, I liked Carter's concession of a point. I feel like he was just, maybe maybe kissing up to the judges a little bit there because he knew that. Which I can appreciate some kissing up a little. Okay.
I can respect
Okay,
it.
so I'll
yeah,
the
I'll
judges
give him
cookies.
that I brought.
But I think I don't know. That's hard.
Yeah.
There's so much was said, and I don't remember most of it.
Can
That's
I
the
add
problem.
something real quick?
Mhm.
I'd rather say the point for myself than it be used against me. Like, I'd rather use it against myself than my opponent use it against me.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's fine. And I think that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah.
But man, that's tough. I gotta think about this one again.
Man, I do too. There's so much said. And
I
like,
know,
I'm
it
so
happened so
having
fast.
trouble processing it.
We need to watch the VOD.
Yeah, I gotta
Yeah.
rewind.
Go back.
Rewind.
I think I have to give my point to Cade. I think Cade, I like the creativity of the anime move that he mentioned.
Yeah.
Where he just pulls out the unsheathes the sword halfway and everything just gets cut in half. I liked that a lot. And I think just because of that, and I don't think there was a whole lot of, creativity on either side. I thought about Cade could just say, like, he could have talked about the sword more and been like, oh, the sword's this big and I could just swing it once and I could
Yeah, to
just
take
mow
everyone
down
out.
a
Yeah.
boatload of them with one swing. I don't think that was said at all or very much at all.
No.
But I still think just because of the anime line and just because overall I thought Cade's argument was better. My point goes to Cade.
Okay.
I respect it.
And my point goes to Carter, actually. I liked how he kind of expanded the horizons where it wasn't just a class of 30 kids, but a class of 300 kids.
I did like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
And I didn't think about that actually.
I didn't either.
Nor did I.
Yeah, so he would just win with sheer numbers in his argument. So I liked that. And with so many of them, at least one being able to figure out how to shoot it and they can help each other out. So I'd give mine to Carter.
Good round. Good
All right,
round.
so 2 points to Carter, 1 to Cade. Is that
So
what I'm hearing?
the only way someone's going to win here is if
Someone
someone
wins
gets
all
a
three of
clean
the
sweep,
rounds.
a
Yeah.
3.
Yep.
This is the only way we can have a straight up winner.
That excites me for this next round because this
it's gonna be
next
a
round is
brutal one.
pretty
Yeah.
pretty comical. And I'll give the last sports commentator. Round 6. Tyler versus Dallas. Ooh, he got into gamer stance. I'm actually intimidated.
I pulled up my pants for this one.
Tyler is Keanu Reeves,
Oh no.
and
Mhm.
that Keanu Reeves is really hangry. Like hungry, angry. That's what he's dealing with. And then Dallas is a Nigerian prince with an infinite sausage lasso. The location, Mustafar.
And for those not aware, Mustafar is the lava planet that is from Star Wars where Obi-Wan and Anakin fought, and Anakin got absolutely decimated by Obi-Wan.
He had the high ground.
And Obi-Wan
did
did
have
have the
the
high
high
ground.
That's true.
I'd like to open my case with just a few simple statements. Keanu Reeves. Let's talk about Keanu Reeves for a second.
No.
Our beloved man.
Breathtaking.
Oh, he's so amazing.
amazing.
I love Keanu Reeves. He's played so many roles, and he's so powerful in all of his roles. Let's just talk about Neo from The Matrix real quick. That man is absolutely goated. He's unbeatable. There's no shot. So if we're just talking about Keanu Reeves, just as Keanu Reeves, and just talk about the power that he has throughout all of his roles, he can do so many different things. I don't know all of his roles because he's done so much because he's so talented. He's such a talented man.
Well,
Um,
here. Can I have a counterpoint? Can I cut you off real fast?
Okay, that's fine.
All of those roles are just that. He doesn't actually have those powers from the movies. He's just a normal man.
But he has so much experience in those roles that he can take some of that experience
Oh,
and
it-
just infuse it into his being. And then let's just talk about the hangriness real quick. That is a terrifying thought to think of our man Keanu Reeves and how powerful he just is on his own. But now he's hangry,
Well, let's
He's
think about this.
hungry and angry, and you have your infinite sausage lasso. He's gunning for that thing. He
Well,
wants
I
it
will
all
shoot
eaten.
it straight into your mouth.
And
so
I'm
you're
eating
not
the whole
hungry
thing
no
because
more.
Keanu Reeves.
Wait a minute.
And let's talk about that where we're at. We're on Mustafar, so it's real hot. The air is burning.
hot.
So it's cooking them sausages, making them
Mm.
even tastier.
Delicious.
And Keanu Reeves wants so much
So-
more. Once he gets a taste of that lasso, he's eating the whole thing.
You know
It's
what's
gone.
gonna happen? Because it is infinite. I will shoot so many into your mouth until you're full and just confused because of how many sauces you're surrounded in.
Keanu Reeves.
And then this Nigerian prince is gonna come and shove you into the lava while you're distracted.
He's a weak, frail Egyptian Nigerian
Oh,
prince,
but
and
he
all
is
of his
big
money
brain 'cause he's-
useless because he's on Mustafar. Any person that he brings will just burn up and die in the lava flow of pit and just perish. I don't know.
Think of just how smart he is, scamming all these people though. I
Smart?
mean-
He's not smart. He inherited all of his wealth just from some predecessor that was wealthier than he is.
Well,
He was just born. He was just born into wealthiness. But at the end of the day, Keanu Reeves, he's gonna get full. He's hangry. He's eating those tasty, cooked to perfection sausages from that lasso, and he's gonna eat however many he wants. But then once he's done, he activates his Neo powers, dodges all of the sausages, and you're done. It's
Well,
over.
let me say this. I'm the one with the sausages, right? And you're hungry, and they're very cooked and delicious. So I will just give some to you, maybe have some myself. We can have like a nice, brunch or something in our battle. But then,
Mustafar?
Peace was never an option.
yes.
Peaceful
But
tactics.
while you're eating, I will get the high ground and just pelt you with sausages while the ground is falling beneath you, and I will win.
It's impossible for you to obtain the high ground because
no.
Keanu Reeves is faster
No.
And tall. He's taller than you for sure.
You cannot outrun my
You're
sausages.
from the Middle East. You're just shorter than Keanu Reeves,
I have
most
so
likely.
many sausages that you.
I've eaten as many as I want, and I'm Neo. I'm dodging everything
You're
that
not
throwing
Neo.
at me.
You're Keanu Reeves.
Just as well might be. You seen Cyberpunk 2077?
I have not.
I'm also part cyborg.
I'm gonna cut you guys off because I'm gonna give you both your minute, whatever, because I don't feel like it's going anywhere right now. Sausages, no movie roll. Okay,
Only intelligence.
Tyler, I'm gonna have you run it first. I'm gonna give you a minute. 3, 2, 1. Let it rip.
At the end of the day, all I care about is Keanu Reeves. I rest my case.
Okay.
Dude,
That's
solid
that's
10
fair. I don't know what I
seconds.
can do about that.
Frick.
I've
Dallas?
said everything I need to say.
Okay.
Run it. Take up his time if you need.
All right. So this Nigerian prince,
That's fine.
like has been said, has an infinite sausage lasso, which means he literally does not run out. And they are burning hot. They'll probably catch on fire because of how hot it is there. So I'll just be shooting infinite sausages at this man while they're catching fire.
Fiery Schmeat.
There is nothing he can do. Call himself Neo or from, whatever you want. At the end of the day, he's just an actor, and he will be covered in flaming infinite sausages, and there's nothing he can do. And this Nigerian prince, he is rich, and he has experience, and he's smart. So he will take out Keanu Reeves because he needs to. Or else my case.
It has been written in stone. I'll start
I've
off.
spoken.
These were both very good arguments. I personally could find way more arguments from Dallas's side. I wish you would kind of, at the very end, you did kind of hit on it about him having lots of money and skill. Like, I wanted you, like, so badly to just relate him to Batman.
The Batman.
Yeah.
Oh.
Batman's
Just-
or Iron
He doesn't
Man
have
is
any
very wealthy.
powers.
Yeah.
He's just wealthy, and he does what he
Oh,
needs
okay.
to.
But
One-
if he had said that, if he had really gone that way, I thought about it, but I didn't say it. I could have just said Keanu Reeves is also exceptionally wealthy, because he's a very, very
This
wealthy
is
man.
true.
One thing I thought would have been funny or a good point to make up is the Nigerian prince scammed Keanu Reeves out of all his money. Hello, yes,
It's
I
like he
found your
scammed his
contact
ancestors.
from my uncle. We will transfer you $900 million. You just need to pay a small fee.
Keanu Reeves
Although
would
at
never
the end
fall
of the
for such
day-
tricks.
Because I did think about the scamming, but at the end of the day, that doesn't help me win a fight.
Rob him
Keanu
of his
Reeves would never
money.
fall for
Oh,
such
Sends him
tricks.
into a depression. Easy.
Oh, I did really like Dallas's like very quick rebuttal. Like Tyler was like, "I'm gonna eat all," or it was something I'm just like, "Oh dang, that was such a quick rebuttal about you just like feeding him like all of the sausages so he's not
Hungry.
hangry anymore." I'm like it was obviously something that I thought of, but just your quickness to answer, I'm like, that was a solid point. I'll give him that. Okay, let's talk about logically who would win in this battle. I personally would say that an infinite sausage lasso would be pretty powerful against just a regular dude that's just in a bad mood because he's
What are you
hungry.
gonna do with a sausage lasso though? Like, realistically though.
It's infinite. Like,
Okay.
yeah,
If
literally
I have an
crush
infinite
that
pile of
man.
dog poop, that doesn't mean it's now amazing.
He's just generating the sausages. He's as much of a hindrance to him as it is to Keanu.
I just don't know what you're gonna do with those sausages at the end of the day.
I mean, I'll eat him.
I feel
At
like
the
the
end of the day, it's my
Nigerian
weapon.
prince.
Are we gonna have a disagreement on the logic point here? Are we gonna have to give halves?
Maybe. But I don't know. I just feel like the Nigerian prince has an upper hand because he's a regular guy, but he has an abnormal ability as opposed to Keanu Reeves, who's a regular guy
Impossible.
just in a bad mood.
Keanu Reeves also in shape though.
That's true.
But
we don't.
Who's to say the Nigerian prince isn't in shape?
This is also true.
Because he's so wealthy, he
Okay,
doesn't need to
let's
be.
base it off the current
Keanu Reeves is
Nigerian
also
think-
so
prince.
wealthy.
yeah, I thought about that. I
Yeah,
tried looking it up, but the first thing I look up
Different
is a movie shows up and then
Current.
scam stuff shows up underneath that. Yeah.
Nigeria.
Hidden transaction fee scams and whatnot.
Okay, so the current prince of Nigeria is Prince Kunle Omilana. And that's all. I
Oh,
got.
yes,
we have a
of
picture of
course.
him.
Does he look fit? Is he a fit man? Has he got a tight bod?
Yeah, he's definitely a large man.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
That's
Hold up.
useless.
Is that him?
I'll put
Headshot.
his face on the screen for the YouTube watchers.
That's him?
That's
Is
him?
that? Is it? I don't know.
Send me that.
Maybe.
Send
You're
me
going
that
down,
picture.
Tyler.
Okay, well, let's
Put
look
it-
at what Keanu Reeves looks like. Have you seen Cyberpunk 2077?
Wait.
Oh my gosh.
Keanu
Yeah.
Reeves shirtless.
Oh,
I don't want this in my.
Google.
Yeah.
Welcome to Google.
You can take that search history.
Oh, look at him.
I'm
He's
gonna
so
keep it a
incredible.
buck. This man is a pale man.
I feel like we should try and wrap this up quickly because we are approaching an hour.
Fair enough.
This is fair. Okay.
I think I do agree with you though that a Nigerian Prince of the Infinite Sausage Lasso would probably win. Not by much, but he'd probably win.
Sick.
Probably.
So we'll give that to Dallas. So Dallas is now at 4 points.
Bum, bum, bum.
And for the final fight, it's really hard because I know I like Keanu Reeves. He is breathtaking and he is a beast. And hangriness, I think he'll just get those sausages just out of the way and out of the issue. So I think for that reason, and I feel like Tyler had more like solid arguments on this one, so I'll have to give my point to Tyler.
See, that's where I disagree. I don't know. I feel like the point of coming up with, but this character and this character was not, I guess, too strong, but I have to give my point to Dallas for his rebuttal and his utility of the sausage lasso.
Why can't I
And
find
how
a
it would
service
interact with the
picture of
environment.
Keanu Reeves?
Very solid. So the final standings,
Dallas.
me
tied.
and Dallas have 5 points, and Cade and Tyler have 4 points.
Potentially a flawed point system,
Probably.
but that wasn't the point.
But it is what it is.
It is what it is.
But after you guys listen to this, go down in the comments and tell us who you think would win. And
Play this game yourself.
yeah, if you check out my Instagram, when I post this video, I'm gonna post on my story like all of the matchups, and we'll see like when people vote on it, like the percentage of who will think will win.
But don't just let us know what who you think would win, but like why. And if there's any like points we missed, like Keanu Reeves has actually literally got if there's any glaring
I
flaws in
could've
our
missed
logic,
that.
or you think no, then yeah, that's what I want to know.
Yeah, because we're only just 4 dudes sitting in a room, so we could have missed a lot of things. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever missed anything ever.
we're just geniuses.
No, true.
But altogether, that was a blast.
That was fun. And it was really fun having you on the show, Cade.
Yeah.
It's been a long
Thanks
time
for
coming.
having me.
so-
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Appreciate it.
So
Is there anything you want to say to the people?
we don't have very many people, but the people
we-
that we do have,
Do we have a name for the people?
we haven't. They're not in stands yet.
Well, no,
you're not
but just
taking
like-
yeah.
Okay.
like the 9-year-old army, or
For like Danny Gonzalez.
yeah,
or mythical beasts.
stuff like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess the only thing I will say, I'll plug my Twitch channel real quick. It's twitch.tv/TheCadeMan_. I sometimes stream there, so check me out.
Very
Slap
cool.
me with a follow if you feel so inclined. If not, that's fine too.
I did it, so that means you should too.
I think I did it.
I endure this
I don't
message.
Twitch. But yeah, that was a fun episode.
I agree.
It was enjoyable.
Yeah.
Good
Encourage
way
you to
to
play it
like
at home.
send off everyone splitting off, because I know Dallas is leaving soon and
I
everyone's
leave
going their
tomorrow.
separate ways for a while probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Time
don't know
to
when
hit
we'll
up
talk at you
Denny's.
again. Probably will be for a while, but thanks for listening, and we'll talk at you guys next time.
See ya.
Peace out.
Adios.